Hey, welcome to the second video in my series of videos for Cryptopreneurs, and really thank you for listening in. And if you're here, you might have a question, and that question might be, what the hell is a Cryptopreneur? And so let's talk about that a little bit today. A Cryptopreneur is a business person. It's an entrepreneur who leverages the power of the blockchain, of cryptocurrency technology, to create a sustainable business that changes the world. And by changing the world, I mean it solves a real problem for real people. You know, one of the things that I see so often is I see entrepreneurs that try to do things just because they think that's a great idea, or it's a cool technology, or it's something they've dreamt up while they were, getting over a hangover, and they had this miraculous epiphany. And, sometimes those might be marvelous moments of inspiration, and if they are, hey, I'm all for it. But the real truth is that what's holding our industry back is that we're not solving problems. We're kind of staring at our belly buttons all day long. We're trying to make things faster. We're trying to make smart contracts more sophisticated. We're trying to, handle more transactions per second. And all of those things might have some value to them, but in the grand scheme of things, projects are successful because they solve problems. It has to start with a problem. And if you're a true cryptopreneur, that's where you start. You start with the pain. And you sit down and you think, who is it that is suffering and how can I make their life better? And when I talk about starting with the pain, I don't necessarily mean that you have to be solving world hunger or that you have to be curing cancer. You could, and if you do, I'm here for you. I want you to be successful. But it could also be that you're making pizza parlors more efficient, or you're making PTA meetings less of a headache for moms. Okay, there's all sorts of problems that are out there that need to be solved. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a problem that's going to get you a Nobel Peace Prize. If it is, hey, go for it, great. But it's still a problem, no matter what it is. It's making life better for somebody. And hopefully there's enough of those somebodies out there to make your business sustainable and viable in the long term. And so that's the very first question a cryptopreneur has to ask themselves. They have to say, who do I serve? Okay, and is this a real need in the market? Is it something that people are going to be willing to stick their hands in their pockets and pull out a little bit of fiat currency or a little bit of crypto or whatever it is that you're going to ask in return, and for the solution that you provide? And if you can't answer that question affirmatively, if you can't say yes, there's a reasonable amount of people out there that are willing to exchange value for me solving their problem, then you're most likely going down a road that you don't want to go down. And to be perfectly honest, I've seen far too many entrepreneurs go down that road. They focus on the product. They focus on, I'm building this new gizmo. I'm doing, something that's never been done before. And when I'm finished, I'm going to put it on the market and people are going to bang on my door asking for it because they're going to love it. And it fizzles and it dies and it doesn't happen. Okay, and I've seen this so many times. And the reason is because they're not solving real problems. So that's why I always say Cryptopreneur solves real problems for real people. And this also brings me to the next reason why this is so important. Because when you have focused on the problem you're solving, you have suddenly discovered something that is truly powerful. And that's called purpose. And purpose is what takes a cryptopreneur, an entrepreneur, through the hard times, because it is a mission, it is a drive. My purpose is to help projects that change the world be successful. That's what I love to do. I love to see people that are really working hard to deliver something amazing, and they do it, and it makes the world better. And it sometimes makes the world better in outlandish, kind of eccentric ways, sometimes in very practical, very simple, small, niche products, and sometimes in big, flashy projects, okay? But this is purpose, okay? Purpose is what gets you through the hard times when you don't have enough resources, when you're not sleeping enough, when everything seems like it's falling apart. Purpose gets you through that. And purpose can't be, I want to make money. Okay, and I'm all for making money. Hey, who doesn't love to make money? But if your purpose is to make money, you're going the wrong way, because people are going to notice it, and they're going to take note, and they're going to say, well, his purpose has nothing to do with me. Because let's face it, nobody cares if you have a Lambo. Nobody cares if you get a Ferrari, or if you've got a sailboat, or if you're taking a vacation in, around the world cruise vacation. Okay, that's wonderful for you, but nobody gives a damn about it. Okay? But if you have a purpose that is to serve an audience and to make their lives better, there are going to be people that are going to be willing to not only buy from you, but they're going to be willing to become your soldiers, your advocates, your evangelists, your raving fans, because they believe in the purpose. So I really think that if you stop and you think about this, you'll understand that having a problem-oriented mindset that leads you to a powerful purpose is one of the key ingredients that you need if you want to be a successful entrepreneur. And yes, in a shameless plug, I do talk about this in depth in my book, Behold the Cryptopreneurs. Jump over to Amazon and grab a copy. You'll really enjoy it. I think it's a pretty good read. There's a bit of a rant in there. There's all sorts of stuff in there. Hey, that's who I am. But I really hope that if nothing else, as an industry, we understand that the blockchain and the cryptocurrency technologies are here to serve a higher cause. And if we focus on those causes, and those causes could be big ones like helping people that have a really hard time getting a bank account, or who live far away from traditional financial services, or people who, solving problems with healthcare, solving problems. I was reading the other day about a project I thought was really cool, which was about why do people get paid every 2 weeks if they work every day? There are a lot of people whose lives would be improved if they could get paid every day. And the blockchain would make that relatively easy. And so this company out there, and I don't know them, but that's what they're building. They're building a solution that will help businesses finance the cost of their employees, their payroll, and it will at the same time facilitate that people can get paid when they need the money after they've done the work. So these are the kinds of purposes and drives that I think are really powerful. But what's yours? What's your purpose? Tell me in the comments below. Leave me a comment and tell me the awesome thing that you're working on solving, or if you've got an idea, or you've got a purpose and you're not sure how to focus it, and you think maybe the blockchain could help. Let me know. We can talk about it. Anyway, thank you very much for listening in. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tune in next week for another Cryptopreneurs video. And I'm Dennis Lewis. Listen, think, do. Talk to you soon.